The rain had been falling since before dawn. Not the thunderstorm that roars and flashes, but the gentle kind, steady, unhurried, almost thoughtful. It tapped on the rusted zinc roof of Mama Ifeoma's clay house in slow rhythms, like the sky was breathing with her. She sat in her cane chair by the doorway, the chair her husband had carved for her in their first year of marriage. Her thin hands, veined like the roots of an ancient tree, cradled a chipped enamel cup of tea. The tea was cold now, but she didn't care. Her eyes were fixed far beyond the compound, on the winding red road that curved away into the mist. That road. It had taken her son away. It had not brought him back. Her son, Obinna, had been her only child, the only seed her womb had carried and the only light left in her life after her husband died. He was just 6 when they buried his father. That night, as they sat on the mat in their small room, Obinna had whispered, "Mama, don't cry. I will take care of you when I grow up." From that day, he became her reason to fight. Life was not kind to them. Poverty sat in their home like an uninvited guest that refused to leave. She took any work she could find, washing clothes for neighbors until her fingers wrinkled, sells oranges under the burning sun, waking before the rooster crowed to fry akara for travelers at the motor park. But no matter how hard things were, Obinna never complained. "Mama," he would say, his eyes bright like early morning dew, "one day, I will build you a house so big, you will get tired of walking from one end to the other." She would laugh, tapping his head. "Just make sure that big house has a kitchen where I can cook my soup in peace." "Oh, Mama," he would reply, "your kitchen will be so big, you can dance while stirring the pot." He was not just her son. He was her laughter, her hope, her whole world. The day the scholarship letter came, the entire village celebrated. The women danced and ululated. The men clapped his back proudly. The children followed him like he was already a chief. "Mama," he said that night, holding the letter, "this is the beginning of our new life." But in the quiet moments, when the noise of the village died down, Mama Ifeoma's heart clenched. She was proud, but she knew the road was calling her son far away. It was a harmattan morning, the air dry and the wind carrying fine dust that settled on everything. Neighbors crowded the compound. Some brought gifts, gari, groundnuts, kola nuts for the journey. Others came with advice and blessings. Obinna came out of the house wearing his best shirt, the one she had sewn for him last Christmas. His small travel bag hung from his shoulder. He hugged her tightly. "I'll come back soon, Mama. Before you know it, I'll be here again." She cupped his face. "Obinna, don't forget where you came from. And don't forget the taste of my soup." He laughed, but his voice wavered. "Mama, you and your soup." She watched as he climbed onto the bus. Even after it drove away, kicking up red dust, she stood at the gate, staring at the empty road. At first, his calls came often. "Mama, you won't believe it, the rice here tastes like paper. Mama, the cold here bites like a jealous goat." They would laugh together, her joy spilling through the small phone speaker. But as months turned to years, the calls became shorter, less frequent. "I'm fine, Mama, just busy. I'll call again soon." It was another harmattan morning when the knock came, soft, hesitant. A young man stood at the door. "Are you Mama Ifeoma?" She nodded. He handed her a letter. It wasn't in Obinna's handwriting. She read the words slowly: an accident, a rainy road, the car that never stopped moving. The paper slipped from her hands. After that, time lost its meaning. Days melted into nights. Neighbors came, whispering. Someone left food by her bed, but she couldn't eat. Every morning, she still boiled water for 2 cups of tea. Every evening, she still left the door slightly open, as if he might return, smiling and hungry. When his belongings finally arrived, a worn suitcase, a few clothes, a handful of books, she opened it carefully. Inside one book was a letter in his handwriting. "Mama," it began. "By the time you read this, maybe I might be far away. Not because I want to be, but because sometimes life chooses for us. I collapsed one day, so I was rushed to the hospital, and the doctor discovered that I have hole in the heart and that I have low chances of surviving. Forgive me, Mama, it's not my fault for everything I promised to give you, but I couldn't. You gave me everything, more than I could repay. You were my home, my courage, my reason to dream. I may not have built you that big house yet, but I carry you in every heartbeat. Please, Mama, don't cry for too long. We will meet again where there is no road, no distance, no goodbye." That night, the tears finally came. They fell like the rain on her roof, endless, steady. She wept for the little boy who once chased chickens in the yard, for the young man who had promised her the world, for the son who had been her reason to breathe. She looked toward the open door and whispered, "Obinna, my son, it's hard. It's so hard to say goodbye." And yet, deep in her heart, she knew love is stronger than death. Somewhere beyond the reach of roads and oceans, beyond the ticking of clocks, her boy was waiting. And when they met again, there would be no parting, no tears, only a forever hello. The villagers became Mama Ifoma companion and provided everything she needed. The love was excess, and some even sent their children to come live with her, and Mama Ifoma gradually became happy again. But sometimes Mama Ifoma will carry her son photo and say, "I miss you, keep resting."